Honorable Justice Deepak Mishra, former Chief Justice of India, and also the Chief Justice of Delhi High Court when I was in High Court, Dr. Anurag Batra, Mr. Krishnendra Joshi, Dr. Shan, VC of Alliance University, Mr. Sujit Kumar, Rajya Sabha member, dignitaries and lawyers here who have come for the award ceremony. I thank Dr. Batra for inviting me. And Mr. Joshi had made a very nice topic. I must compliment him. But before I come to the topic, I'll just like to. It was nice hearing Dr. Shan from Alliance University, his thoughts. But I'll go a step forward. I'm teaching in NLU as a professor of practice because teaching had been my first passion. I had been teaching in Delhi University also from 89 to 92 initially as a practicing, and now I am partly into teaching. My perception is that legal education in our country is not comprehensive. A law graduate is not market ready, like a medical graduate, engineering graduate, chartered accountant. He is not market ready. And reason is very simple. In handling of one legal case, law is only 1%. Application of law is 4%. Rest all is which has nothing to do with law. Most important skill of a lawyer is communication skill, art of communicating. We don't teach that. Second most important skill of a lawyer is rational thinking, how to think logically, which itself is a science. We don't teach that also. Third important skill is understanding fundamentals of law. What was the position when this law was not there? Where the first case arose when this law was first framed? What was the position of first law? How it developed? And how it reached this stage? We just start from the complicated reading or teaching of sections. Then next, he said very nicely, he should have the understanding of the entire subjects, not only law. Dr. Arun Mohan, we invited him to one of the university in one of our lectures. He said at least the students should know each subject what he studied in 9th standard, because all of us have passed but we don't know. Then another is also psychology, art of reading the mind. Then next is some amount of dramatics. We don't teach that also. We only teach him law. And by law he doesn't become a lawyer. So therefore I am conducting mentor-mentee course in NLU, where we select the best 25 students and then I train them for the full 1 year and inculcate all these skills into the student. Most important difference in legal profession and this profession is that the performance of a lawyer comes in public domain on day one, like in cricket and movies. Whereas in other professions, a person to be recognized as the best doctor or best engineer, it will take at least 20 years. But if a cricketer performs, let's assume that chess person, 18-year boy who scored, so he is number one, but because performance is in public domain. Let's assume a person is selected in cricket and his first match he scores 500 runs and throws the ball outside the stadium. So it will not take another day. Similarly in movies also. So I am trying to train the students that if we tell the Chief Justice that look, the student will argue the first case in the court and he'll argue better than the best lawyers of the country, and he actually performs like that, then to my mind, nothing more is required for him to be recognized or wait for 20 years. So Dr. Shan, you consider these things also. We are already doing it in NLU Delhi. So you can take some clue from there. Dr. Vajpayee is the Vice Chancellor there. Now coming back to the topic, initially I thought let me comment. It was nice hearing him. He's excited, but still these things more are required to develop the legal education in our country. The topic given to me today is judges' responsibility in framing future legal system in our country. Very nice topic. First of all, I'll start with it. What is justice? As I define it, justice is truth in action. We have to find out the truth and then do justice. Now, how to find out the truth? Judge doesn't have got a divine eye that he can open the divine eye and see what had happened and then do justice. He doesn't have a divine eye. So question rises, is it possible to do absolute justice? Yes, it is possible to do absolute justice if entire case is based on documents. Let's assume in a commercial contract, two parties, everything between them is written on emails, in documents, nothing oral, no oral evidence. It is possible to do absolute justice because documents cannot lie, but human beings can lie. Whereas a case which is based totally on oral evidence, I give a very simple problem to the students. I said a person has given an oral loan to his friend, 1 lakh rupees, and he is not returning. He files a case, produces 3 witnesses who say the loan was given in my presence. They are cross-examined but are not broken in cross. Defendant says, I was not even in Delhi. It is a false case. I was in Calcutta. He produces 3 witnesses who say he was with us in Calcutta. Those witnesses are also not broken in cross. So how will you do justice? I give this simple problem. So law does not give any answer. There is a very nice commentary on law of evidence by Chief Justice Munir, Chief Justice of Lahore High Court, where in introduction he says, substantive law only tells us what are the rights and liabilities. So IPC will tell us what is murder. If these ingredients are fulfilled, it is murder. But if the judge asks the IPC, tell me whether A has committed murder or not, he will say, no, I can't give you the answer. You see whether the ingredients are fulfilled or not. Procedural law only tells us what route to follow, what path to take, CPC, CRPC. Evidence Act will tell us what is relevant facts, who has the onus to prove those facts. But if you ask the Procedural Law or Evidence Act, please give me the answer, they say, no, I have no answer. So Chief Justice Munir says, no law guides a judge how to find out the truth and do justice. Only guidance which is given, now the section has changed, but the earlier section 3 and 4 of the Evidence Act is, effect is said to be proved when the judge on considering the entire material believes it to exist or considers its existence highly probable. So ultimate test is test of judicial belief, whether he believes it, what he believes it. And how he will believe it, again, 114 gives the answer, his own common sense and experience of life and his awareness. And if that test fails of judicial belief, then justice fails. There can be 3 types of cases. One is where law and justice are on the same side. There again, absolute justice is possible. Second is where law and justice are at different ends. If you follow the law strictly, justice fails. If you bend the law and only follow justice, then law will fail. So there are 2 types of judges. One, who will strictly follow the law, whether they don't care whether justice is done or not. Second, who will do the justice, whether law is complied with or not. My principle in court was to do justice. Where there is a conflict in law and justice, law should bend, justice should prevail. Very simple 3 examples I'll give. All of you know of that popular Judicial murder case. Judicial murder took place in front of 100 people, including some of the IPS officers in that Kutub club. And the session just said, acquitted, saying this person is innocent. There was a candle march. There was a movie, No One Killed Jessica. Appeal was filed before Delhi High Court. Fortunately, it came up before a very brilliant judge at that time, Justice Sodhi, who was a top criminal lawyer before he was elevated. And although the accused was represented by famous lawyer, late Jetmalani ji, he tried his level best. Justice Sodhi said, nothing doing. The truth is that he has committed murder. They said there are so many gaps. It is not fully proved. Witness has turned hostile. This witness said this. He said, nothing doing. I'll fill up all gaps. He said, you recuse from this matter. He said, why should I recuse? He said, you had recused earlier. He said, even if I had recused earlier, it was a mistake. I will not repeat my mistake. Finally, he gave a judgment and we convicted. Judgment was upheld by the Supreme Court. But if you see, the first justice had failed. You strictly followed the law. But justice failed. Similarly, second very important case was that of law student. I'm forgetting the name of that law student. Suddenly it was in my mind. That law student was murdered by her senior. Maybe. So again, the Sessions Court acquitted. Very clear evidence was there. Matter went to High Court, again came up before Justice Sodhi. Justice Sodhi converted the acquittal to punishment of hanging. Although finally in Supreme Court they reduced it to life sentence, because in the meantime after acquittal, the boy had become a lawyer, he had got married, he had got a daughter, and the person got married on the belief that he has been acquitted. But forget that. See the latest case of Nithari murder. 19 rapes, followed by 19 murders, followed by rape with the corpse, then cutting the body, cooking it, eating it, and throwing the skull in the drain behind it. And when those poor people, Jhuggi people in Noida, used to go to the police to register the complaint, they will say कि भाई आपका बच्चा भाग गया होगा, झूठे complaint लिखाते हो. Finally, one day, one last girl, when the rickshaw puller left her at the house, and the girl said that I'll bring the money from inside and give the money. And when the girl didn't come, rickshaw puller went inside and said, where is the girl? She has not paid the money. So the servant said, Kohli, who had murdered, he said she has gone from the back door to her house. So rickshaw puller went to the house and told the father that the girl has not paid the money. Said, where did the girl go? He said, I left her at this house. At this stage, the FIR was registered. When he was interrogated, he broke down. He told the entire story. The IO who was recording the confession, he got a blood vomiting. He could not bear that, how it has happened. All the 19 skulls were recovered. 13 out of 19 cases were tried and they resulted in hanging till death. That person knew that Surinder Kohli, that he has committed everything. He has confessed also everything. So he didn't file an appeal. So date of his hanging was fixed. So he was brought from one jail to another where he was to be hanged next day morning. And in the social media, it came out at night that tomorrow morning Surinder Kohli is being hanged. So the matter was mentioned on Sunday before the Supreme Court. That how can he be hanged? 6 more cases are still pending. He has a right of appeal before High Court. Then he has a right of SLP before Supreme Court. Then he have a right of approaching President for pardon. So bench was constituted at 4 o'clock in the morning. The hanging was stayed. And then the appeal was filed. And 23rd October 2023, Surinder Kohli was acquitted. Does it shock your conscience? They said, all right, confession is there, but why confession was recorded before a Delhi magistrate? It should have been recorded before Noida. To my mind, it's better if it is recorded before Delhi. Then it is said that many of the statements in the confession are incorrect. There we can separate the incorrect from correct. Anyway, I am not today saying, but I am saying, see the difference between law and justice. Therefore, if you follow law, justice fails. If you follow justice, law fails. And no training is given in any law schools or anywhere on judging, art of judging. So law schools also have the responsibility that those students, because immediately after law, one can immediately become a judge by giving the examination. How to do judging? To my mind, the judge's responsibility of shaping the future legal system is to again have there should be a proper approach of doing justice. And many times as a lawyers, all of you are young lawyers, you must be feeling many times you find that this should happen, it doesn't happen. Because this is how the law works. So I think I just wanted to give you some food for thought so that you think on these lines. That is, that how the legal system works, how the judges think and do justice. I am honored that Justice Deepak Mishra is here, and I've learned a lot of things from him. He is my mentor, and it is a time and again we get opportunity even post retirement. We were together in that animal, we rated in that animal welfare board. Both of us were invited to judge as a jury, and we had given the awards. Today, fortunately, I am here with him. And this is my second program of Dr. Batra, which I have attended. And I must compliment him. It is being done in a very, very nice manner. Last program also, where they had judged the law schools, and they had invited me for the award ceremony. So it was a very nice program. Their team is also very good. Mr. Joshi is a very, very nice, hardworking and very innovative person. And with this, I'll take leave. Thank you very much.